Hello everyone and welcome to this lesson. Well, in this lesson we're gonna be we're still talking about like and unlike terms, but this time we're gonna be learning in or what do we do with the like terms or unlike terms. Well, okay guys, we're gonna be answering these questions, but before doing this I want to tell you something. We only find terms when let me write it over here. We only talk about terms when the sign is a positive or negative in between. Something like this. 2ax plus or minus 4. We consider these two things terms because they're separated by a plus or a minus. So if it's something like 2ax times 4, 4 and 2ax are not terms. So this thing is I made another series, a playlist again about all these kind of things. So after you may go and check on it. That's on the part to understanding maths, because at the beginning of this playlist I was like, have you ever wondered why you struggle with maths? So the series continues even on these kind of things. Well, let's move. As said, in this section, in this video, we'll be answering these things or knowing what do we do with terms, like, unlike, or unlike terms. But let's start. Number 1, it's 2x minus 5x. Then, well, are those two terms like terms or unlike terms? Well, let's see. Like terms have to end in the same way. This started off as I2 and ends with an x. Then this started off as minus 5 and ends with an x. So these two terms end with an x. And I'm calling them terms because in between there's a plus or a minus. And so once you conclude again that the two are like terms, focus on the numbers. In your calculators, just plug 2 minus 5. So 2 minus 5 in your calculators will give you minus 3. Then bring back your variable. Simply so. So this is what we do with like terms. Deal with the numbers in your calculators and find your answer. Well, number 2, 3y plus 3z. Are these like terms? Definitely no. And they're terms, right? Because they're separated by a plus or a minus. So they're not like terms because why? They do not end in the same way. This ends with a y, that ends with a z. And so the answer to this will remain 3y plus 3z. There is nothing we can do with them. 3 minus x squared plus half of x squared. Are these two terms like terms? Well, the first one ends with x squared. The second one also ends with x squared. So these two terms are like terms. Well, I mentioned something in the first video, something like you might be given something like 2 xy, and I called this the coefficient, right? Yeah, this is called the coefficient. So sometimes we'll get something like xy, and you might say there is no coefficient here. Well, I say that, okay, there's definitely nothing here. So I say nothing equals to 1. So if there's nothing in there, there's 1. just not necessary to write it, but there is a 1 in there. So why I'm talking about all this stuff? Well, this is minus x squared then plus half of x squared. You are seeing no number here, right? So there is a 1, so it's negative, and in front of x squared there is a 1 like this. So there is a number. Anyways, the sum was like negative. Okay, the sum was like negative x squared plus half x squared. So these two are like terms because they all end in with x squared. And so what do we do with them? Once you conclude that they're like terms, deal with the numbers. The number in front here is minus 1, and there is half. Let me write it again. There is minus 1 here. So in your calculators again, plug minus 1 plus half. The way I'm saying it, or the way it looks like here. Minus 1 plus a half. This is going to give you minus 1 over 2. Then just bring back your variable. It's x squared, like that. 4a squared plus 3a squared. Are these two numbers, two terms, like terms? Well, yes, this ends with an a squared, that ends with an a squared. So again, deal with the numbers if you conclude that they are like terms. What is 4 plus 3? Is 7. Then bring back your variable, just like that. 5, it's 2ab plus 3a squared. Then are these two numbers like terms? No. This ends with an ab, that one a squared. So they do not end in the same way, and therefore not like terms. Because why? They do not end in the same way. And so the answer to this is going to be 2ab plus 3a squared. 6 given 5x squared minus 2xy. Yeah. Well, are these like terms? No. This ends with an x squared minus 2xy. For that one, it ends with xy. And so they're not like terms. And the answer is going to be 5x squared minus 2xy. There's nothing we can do with them. So yeah, thank you for watching. Go to the next video again.